Hi and welcome back. So yeah, it's another video brought to you by Loophole, of course, which is myself. So basically in today's video I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about the healing process. Also as well, a big thing is that this is the first sort of like trios and duos matches that I'd had pretty much since coming back from playing a lot of Flashpoint. So yeah, so before I get into the main bulk of the content, of course, do remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. Right, well, let's get into it. So basically at the moment then, I mean, looking at the overall sort of part of the game, the heals and the kind of like the syringes, the little shields and things like that, I suppose a big factor is that I felt like, you know, this seems a lot slower, and it really does slow down the kind of like the element of Apex Legends as a whole. Now, I don't know if it's just me or if it's everyone as well, but something that I'm finding at the moment is that the game itself is a really fast-paced game when it's working properly, not lagging, all those things. But when you get into a fight and you get a little bit of damage and things like that, then it seems to take forever to heal. And you don't always find the med packs, which still take quite a long time, and the big shields as well, which aren't so bad, because actually they're quicker. So why would we have little shields? We should just have big ones and be allowed to carry 3 again like we used to be. It would make sense, because it would just, again, it would just speed up the game and, you know, get you back into the fight. And that's a big thing. I mean, I just was like noticing it in comparison to, say for example, Flashpoint, where you're in a heal arena. This is kind of something that I'd noticed that I thought, well, you know, like, it seems really slow in comparison. I mean, a lot of the time, you're taking about 20 seconds out of your time, and your kill time, and you're able to fight with the squad when you're healing up, and it does really kind of, well, seemingly suck a little bit, if I'm honest. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. So what my thinking was is that, you know, after playing a lot of Flashpoint and realising that, you know, I suppose like anything, it just, the healing side of things really does lose you a lot of kills that you might have otherwise had. And there's me thinking, well, you know, okay, how could it be got around without it being, you know, ridiculous and kind of all those things? Because let's face it, we don't want it so that the game is in a worse state than it is at the moment, as in terms of time to kill sometimes with the lag spikes and all those things. So basically, what I kind of thought of, and this is what I would love to hear some feedback on your thoughts watching this video. What do you think? Does this work? Is there anything that could be improved on? Is it better? And that would be kind of great. Now, basically, what I was thinking is that wouldn't it be good if actually they had sort of like heals, but not like loads of syringes and small shields that take ages to kind of pop up and sort of like use. Why don't they just have big shields, batteries, and med packs? They're the only things that you have. They take out the syringes, take out the little small batteries, because they fill up the loot pool, and let's face it, the loot pool is already getting bloated. And this was something that Respawn have actually said themselves, and this is why they made out the replicators, this is why they've taken weapons out of the loot pool. But let's have a look. I mean, the loot pool with the hop-ups, with weaponry, with ammo, with the heals of all different sorts now, you know, the sort of like the actual kind of like loot pool is getting extremely bloated, and let's face it, I think it would be a really good thing to kind of deflate that a little bit and kind of make it just a little bit easier in that regard to actually finding sort of like items. So, you know, for me, I sort of like thinking about this. I was thinking, well, okay, wouldn't it be good if we actually had slightly faster heals? There was only big shield, batteries, and med packs, but they were a lot more, you know, not rare, but they were rarer. So that means that, you know, finding them would become more valuable. Obviously, you'd be able to heal quicker if you had the heals, but then if you didn't, well, then that's just one of those things, and you're on an even scale with a lot of people. Because, you know, one of the big things about the game is that, you know, sometimes, like, say, a Pathfinder, you're almost about to kill him, he's almost dead, and then he ziplines away. I know that people are saying that Pathfinder isn't in the best spot, but he's still got the abilities to kind of get away at the last moment and go and heal up. Yeah, it takes him a long time, but it's still, nevertheless, you know, it's one of those things. Now, if you made sort of like the heals and the things, I mean, a lot of the time, you know, when you kill people and things, it's crazy how many heals people have. I mean, admittedly, you know, I think we've all stocked up a little bit on these kind of things, but you know, some people are obsessive. I mean, I've literally looked in loot boxes and they've got like 10 big shield batteries, 8 med packs, some ammo, and some other bits, and you're like, wow, okay, it's not unnecessary, because the chances are that you're not going to survive that long to be able to use them all. I mean, if you do, well, fair play, and you're a really good player and you're getting away all the time. Maybe if you're a Pathfinder, perhaps, but generally speaking, you're not going to be able to use all this stuff, and I do find that it just takes a bit too long in the heat of a battle. And this was one thing that I found. I mean, these clips are a great example. So in the background is our first trio match, JHD, me and Viper. We're all playing, we're all kind of like having, pretty much this is one of the first games that we'd played on trios since playing just purely Flashpoint. Now, one of the big things is that, you know, later on in the game, there's only 2 other squads left. And we come across, of course, the second to last squad. Now, we didn't really want to engage the squad particularly, but they're running into our position because, of course, of the ring. And naturally, one of the big things then is that, you know, you've got to fight them because, okay, you could wait around, but the chances are that the other squad's going to do the same and nothing happens. Now, we decided in our infinite wisdom to, of course, push that squad and try and take them out. Managed to get some damage done as regards to the G7, missed a few shots as well, especially with a sort of like the scope I had. Unfortunately, I do prefer the 2x4 times, and that's much better. But okay, look at this, right? So I slide out, I quickly pick a big shield battery. Would have saved myself a little bit of time if I had it already selected on the wheel. I didn't, so it took me about 9 seconds to quickly select, and now I can beast or hunt it. That's not that bad, but if I had to do little shield batteries to do the same equivalent, you're looking at around about 12 seconds thereabouts. It's a long time to kind of do. Luckily, Viper's covering me with the smoke. I'm allowed to, of course, scan and things, and I'm able to find out where the other sort of enemies are and take one of them down before having to back off because I took a fair bit of damage as well. Now, again, here's a Phoenix kit. It takes a long time. I mean, okay, when you're covered by things like smoke and stuff like that, and no one else is pushing you straight away, you have got a bit of time to kind of heal it, but look how long that takes. Phoenix kits take way too long. Yes, they should take longer than every other medication in the game, obviously, because they're restoring full health and full shields. But after this particular thing, where it ended up going badly for us is because, of course, the other two hadn't really had a chance to heal. The other squid, of course, knowing that we'd just fought them and just wiped them out, they pushed us, and of course you took some damage. Now look at this, right? So I decided in my influence to back off. I'm still being hit by various bullets. I don't even know how someone was hitting me, but now I've only got little syringes and little shields, and look how quickly this takes me, and look how long this takes me out the fight. So I've just literally like done one syringe, now I'm doing a second. I'm trying to like gain position, I'm just trying to work out where they are, so I can of course you know, get out of being attacked and things like that. Now weirdly enough, I mean, actually hiding in this little corner here was very strange, because actually a lifeline does jump over me and doesn't see me. But then, of course, you know, with JHD already dead, there she goes. A little shadow just jumped over me in the footprint. Now, I don't decide then in the end to restore my full shield. I probably should have, but then I'm like thinking, well, if I don't help Viper, we're as good as dead anyway, because 3 against 1 is just absolutely impossible. And although he gets downed, we managed to down the other one, which is fine. And what I should have been able to do is that I should have been able to actually shield swap and, of course, you know, kill this one and shield swap, and unfortunately I stupidly didn't. I reloaded, slid away, and then I got hit by a sentinel. Now you look at this, I try and like do a shield, he comes up and he shoots me and I die, and unfortunately we then lose. So it's just little things like that. I mean, obviously I'm not saying that, you know, Apex is going to change every single dynamics of the game, but I just wanted to throw it out there. I mean, I did a video not too long ago about heal arenas. Could heal arenas be in the game permanently rather than a limited time mode? I'm going to link that one in the description, because again, you know, I know some of you will have seen it, but the ones who haven't, if you want to check that out, it was an interesting topic, and I thought that it was worth definitely mentioning, because hey, you know, all these sort of ideas, I mean, at the end of the day, these are just concept ideas that I like to have. I like to suggest things and sort of say, well, is this something that you think is a good idea? And it is one of those things where I just find that, like, with the game, Apex Legends is a really fast-paced game. It's very much, the movement is amazing, the guns I really like, or a lot of them, the gameplay is incredible, you know, and it's just things like a bit of lag spikes since crossplay's come in, and of course things like the heals that really probably is the one thing that lets me out. And it's just like, it just goes to show as well, I mean, people outplay you. I got outplayed there by that Crypto or Caustic, I think it was Caustic, and luckily Viper was there to cover me, but he was strafing in and out. Now things like that you do not get in many other games, and I love it. I absolutely love that element, and I don't want to see that change. The only thing I want to see change really is just little things that make life improvements for the game. I obviously want the lag to be fixed. I mean, look how quickly Viper got downed, didn't even get a chance. Yeah, I mean, okay, I managed to revive him, of course, but, you know, I took literally damage, and he took off all my shield before I could shoot him dead. He didn't even have that much health. So there's little things like that that just make you kind of question it and sort of say, oh, right, okay, well, you know, surely there should be just some little improvements. But like I say, I mean, let me know what your thoughts are with regards to this. I mean, do you think that, you know, slightly faster heals in the game, med packs and big shield batteries should be the only things available? No syringes, but of course, you know, as you can imagine, they're a little bit scarcer, a little bit rarer, so not everyone's got just thousands of heals to kind of play with, and that would kind of like speed up the game potentially. I mean, would that be something that you guys would like to see, or do you think it's good as the way it is? I'm always interested, you know, everyone's opinions is valuable, as long as it is a fair opinion and not just a completely biased one. Then let me know. You know, at the end of the day, this is kind of why I try and do these kind of videos, because I like to discuss and sort of like, you know, kind of work out things, and you know, I mean, alright, in the sort of hope, you always think that maybe, just maybe, like, you know, Respawn will catch some of these ideas, it will get mentioned somewhere, someone else will see it and mention it on one of these sort of like chat apps, and all those things, and that would be absolutely amazing. You can kind of see that, yeah, after playing Flashpoint, I kind of did feel like this was absolutely horrific. Okay, the Storm does less damage, but you were always kind of like aware of that, but yeah, you can see this, it's just absolutely a pain in the neck. But, you know, this is kind of one of those things. I mean, actually, this is where RNG wasn't that kind to us. We get out of the Storm, fortunately, and we get revived, but unfortunately, you know, later on, I get killed, so does he. We couldn't really do anything because we just didn't have any heals. It's just one of those games that there was not a lot you can do. Anyway, that's pretty much it for the video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, drop a like on the video, it'd be amazing. I try and post regular content pretty much nearly every day, so if you do want to subscribe and follow me and kind of like, you know, help and contribute towards my 100 subscribers, that would be truly amazing and well appreciated. But I'll always do remember to never stop moving, never stop believing, and stay Apex. But apart from that, I shall see you in then tomorrow's video, where I'll be doing the fight or flight videos on that. See you later. Take care. Bye.